Going to start off with Monday Night Raw. So first point of Raw, it was straight after Extreme Rules. So one of the main talking points from that pay-per-view was Sasha winning the Raw Women's title, which were a bit of a joke. So yeah, they started off the show with an interesting segment where they were just bragging about winning all the titles. Then they got interrupted by Asuka and Kairi Sane. And then also they got interrupted by Stephanie McMahon, who made an announcement for next week's Raw where Sasha will defend the title against Asuka. With so many stipulations added, where Sasha basically has to pin Asuka to win the title. That's the only way she can do it. Countouts, disqualifications will lose her the title. So yeah, she's in a sticky wicket. Supposedly highlight of Raw is Dolph Ziggler came down to the ring and issued something like of a challenge to Drew McIntyre. Basically moaning, it should have been me, I should have won that match. You haven't proved anything by beating me. So Drew comes down. Alright, you can have another match, but you've got to accept that I'm making the stipulation this time. So yeah, Dolph accepted, and pretty much like the Extreme Rules match, we will find out the stipulation next week just before the match starts. So yeah, I think that storyline is just Drew beating Ziggler yet again next week. I gave it a rating on the night of 6.8. I know it scored a lot lower in the chat on Wrestling Days' channel. I'm not really surprised, it was a poor show. So yeah, I'm going to move on now to Impact, which I don't normally watch, but I give the I Like show a watch this week, and I was really impressed. After Slammiversary and everything what they did there, they're a good little promotion. I used to watch it when it was TNA, when they had a £10 of gold title at the brand. But now, they're under new management and going in a completely different direction. So one of the main highlights of that show is EC3 makes his appearance on the show. They're claiming that he's not actually signed for them. He clearly is. So he has invaded Impact and attacked Moose. Moving on, there was a title change, which was a big title change in their tag team division. Motor City Machine Guns, who are just freshly back since Slammiversary, they have beaten the North. The North are a very impressive tag team in the Impact tag team division. So for them to lose the title to Motor City Machine Guns is a bit of a shocker. Really interesting other matches on the card. I thought it were a pretty good show. So that's got a 7.5. So Impact this week has beaten Raw, in my opinion. So we're going to move on now to every fanboy's favourite promotion, and that is AEW Dynamite. There's not a lot I can say about this. It was a really good show, great wrestling promotion. Shame they managed to spoil it by going the WWE route, but lessons learned. Still a good promotion nonetheless. In their top highlight was the main event, which saw Jericho and Hager versus the Jurassic Express. I picked this as the top one, as you got the return of Sammy Guevara, who had been suspended. It was a nice little added twist at the end. I think we could all see it coming anyway, but it's still there. And then we saw Orange Cassidy and his crew. I think they're the best friends. They came out to the ringside to stop the beatdown on Jurassic Express. So yeah, that's going to start a major feud between them two. Yeah, that's and a more personal highlight to me, and probably the reason why I put it above the Falls Count Anywhere tag team match, which was a good tag team match to be honest, is the open challenge at the start of the show, which was, to be honest, a really good match. With Eddie Kingston from NWA making an appearance on AEW to challenge Cody for the TNT title. Great matchup. Eddie Kingston delivered on his promo, which he always does, is the promo king. This is why it's one of the highlights of that show for me. It's just because Eddie Kingston was on the show. He's just a legend, a true veteran of wrestling, and really deserves to be at the highest level. So for the show itself, it scored a 7. So we're going to go on to NXT. Watching the highlights of this was a drag. The promise of the big announcement, yeah, that big announcement was rubbish. William Regal and Keith Lee announcing them dropping the North American title, and then it's going to be in 2 rounds of triple threat matches leading to a ladder match at the takeover event. We've seen all this stuff before, right? I know they've got to get matches ready for a pay-per-view and all that lot, but yeah, somebody said to me, in fact Austin 316 said to me, this match, why did Keith Lee have the 2 titles if this is what they were going to do? Yeah, why make that other match if they were just going to drop the title straight away afterwards? It's pretty pointless. Brody Reed, I don't know if I said his name right, but he won the triple threat match against Johnny Gargano and Roderick Strong, so he's now in that ladder match at TakeOver. So that was pretty big news. He's a rising star, pretty much like Keith Lee was when he got his big break, so yeah, good luck to him in the final. As well, we've got Carrion Cross, who sent a message to Keith Lee. God, all of these are about Keith Lee. Carrion Cross has sent a definite message to Keith Lee that he always coming for that NXT title. So yeah, that could be a match also at TakeOver. So yeah, we'll wait and see if that match actually happens. So yeah, NXT, no other real highlights. Shotzi running over somebody with a tank again. Really not great. So that has got a 6.5 rating. And then we go to the last show. I'm rambling on a lot. The SmackDown, pitting Jeff Hardy and Sheamus in that bar fight. That is one of the main highlights of the show. A lot of stuff in it. Sheamus looking like a typical Irish bloke. Really? Stereotype much? That it was a good idea, but a little bit stereotypical of WWE, putting an Irish guy in that kind of get up. I didn't appreciate it that much, to be fair. Yeah, the match itself was absolutely fantastic. Didn't mind the face paint thing at the end where Jeff changed from normal Jeff to his whatever persona that is. I'm sure we will find out soon enough. But yeah, that was the highlight of the show. Other things on that, I'm looking down because I've got a piece of paper in front of me. The other highlights was Nikki Cross going up against Alexa Bliss in what you could call a #1 contenders match for Bayley's SmackDown title, which is going to happen next week. Good match. 2 friends going up against each other. A lot of hostility at points, but yeah, there were a lot of friendship and a lot of making up at the end. Yeah, really good match and awesome stipulation by Bayley to have them 2 fight against each other. Lastly was the Firefly Funhouse episode. Yeah, we kind of thought we were just going to get highlights from the swamp match, but we actually got some juicy stuff from Bray himself, talking to his lantern, which was cult leader Bray's head, saying that his time was up, that he was no longer needed, that the Fiend was going to take over, which we pretty much all gathered at the end of Extreme Rules. So nothing new in that, nothing fresh, but still it was just good to get that confirmed. He did say something about Braun coming home. I don't know what that's going to lead to. Maybe after I did the review for Extreme Rules, I said that there'd be a Fiend Braun. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's coming. I really don't know. I don't think we'll see Braun for a couple of weeks yet, as I think the storylines are going to progress elsewhere. So I scored that 7.6. So just looking at my notes, yeah, SmackDown won this week. Yeah, with Impact coming second, AEW coming third, Raw second to last, and obviously last was NXT. The Twitter poll was slightly different. They had Raw was number one. Yeah, I think AEW was second, SmackDown third, and then we had Impact, and topping it all up was NXT. This has been my review of the wrestling week. I hope you enjoyed it. I've enjoyed making this video. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment, give me feedback on what I could do different. Yeah, I'm trying new things all the time with camera angles and so forth. So please feel free to give me any feedback you feel I might, benefit from. Anyway, I've been Dave in real life. You guys have been awesome. And remember to keep it real. And I'll see you in the next one. Silly.